Welcome to College Sport Check Basketball for this Saturday, December the 3rd, presented by Long Island's Community Radio. Scores, schedule, first, the College Sport Check Basketball scoreboard with Friday's recap. Only 14 games on Friday, a whole bunch of games today on Saturday. So here we go. The Citadel defeats Colgate 108-101. South Carolina Upstate defeats Campbell 80-73. Number 13, Indiana defeats SIUE 83-60. Marist over Niagara 72-66. Canisius over Manhattan 77-76. Delaware defeats Delaware State 64-49. Kent State defeats Grambling 86-57. North Dakota State over North Carolina A&T 85-67. Duquesne defeats Pittsburgh 64-55. Iona over St. Peter's 79-65. SMU defeats Cal State Bakersfield 49-43. St. John's, New York defeats Tulane 95-75. Number 22, Texas defeats Alabama 77-68. And finally, San Francisco defeats Lamar University 82-63. All right, College Sport Check football fans. College Sport Check football taking today off. We'll be here tomorrow for a Week 14 score recap. We do have this week's college football schedule on the CSC page at communityradioli.com. Click the College Sport Check button. Show number 1130 over on the FB1 channel. All right, back to basketball. So 14 games on Friday, but today, Saturday, we got 58. So let's break it down, the college basketball TV schedule for Saturday. And it's probably more than that since we only do the TV schedule. But it starts at 12 o'clock today with 5 games for 12 o'clock. Georgia Tech taking on Tennessee. That's going to be on the SEC Network. Wake Forest and Richmond on ESPNU. And then the following 3 games on ESPN3. UMKC in South Dakota. Bethune-Cookman takes on Cleveland State, Oberlin College, and Youngstown State. 12:30, it's going to be UCLA and Kentucky on CBS. And then we get to 1 o'clock, 5 games for 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's going to be Memphis taking on Ole Miss on the SEC Network. Oklahoma and Wisconsin on the Big Ten Network. And then we got Dartmouth and Boston College on the ACC Network. St. Joseph's takes on Villanova on the CBS Sports Network. Florida College and Stetson, that game on ESPN3. And then we head on over to 2 o'clock. Moorhead and Purdue, ESPN3. West Virginia, ESPNU. And the following games on ESPN3. Louisiana Lafayette takes on McNeese State, IUPUI and Ball State, Boise State and Evansville, New Jersey Tech and Massachusetts Lowell. Those games at ESPN3. And that is the 2 o'clock lineup. All right, now we head on over to 3 o'clock. 5 games for 3 o'clock, 1 for 3:05. 3 o'clock games as follows. Western Kentucky and Missouri, SEC Network. Illinois and VCU on CBS Sports Network. Southern Utah, Oakland, South Carolina Upstate and Citadel, Chicago State and Western Illinois. Those 3 games, ESPN3. Those are the 3 o'clock games. And at 3:05, this one also on ESPN3. It's going to be Fresno State, and they are taking on Drake. Now for 3:30, 4 games for 3:30, Stanford and Kansas, ESPN, Western Carolina and Appalachian State, ESPN3, Xavier and Baylor, ESPN2, Bryant and Ohio, ESPN3. 6 games for 4 o'clock. North Florida and Syracuse on the ACC Network, Alcorn State and California on the Pac-12 Network. And the following on ESPN3, Penn and Temple, Navy, Furman, San Diego State, Loyola Chicago. And 1 game on FS2, Central Arkansas and Butler. Those are the 4 o'clock games. 4:30, Boston University takes on North Carolina State on ACC. And then Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Central Michigan on ESPN3. And then it's the 5 at 5. Here we go. North Carolina Central takes on East Carolina. Prairie View, A&M, and Houston. Tennessee State and Lipscomb. Those games, ESPN3. Tennessee State, Lipscomb from the Allen Arena in Nashville. Wichita State, Colorado State, CBS Sports Network, Texas Southern, Southern Illinois, ESPN3. Those are 5 o'clock now. For 5:30, Miami takes on Wofford, ESPN3. Maine and Duke on ESPN2. Gonzaga and Arizona, ESPN. 2 games for 6 o'clock. Northeastern and Stony Brook, ESPN3. Savannah State and Oregon, Pac-12 Network. 5 games for 7 o'clock. DePaul and Northwestern, Big Ten Network. Gardner-Webb and VMI. Liberty University and UNC Greensboro, Green Bay and Toledo. Fairfield takes on Siena. Those on ESPN3. 8 o'clock. Hold on. They gotta make sure I don't want to skip them. Yes, okay, we're on point. 8 o'clock. Austin Peay takes on Arkansas, SEC Network. Vanderbilt and Minnesota, ESPN3. BYU, USC, ESPNU. UNLV and Arizona State on the Pac-12 Network. Akron and Creighton on FS2. New Mexico and Illinois State. Nevada and Bradley all on ESPN3. Those are the 8 o'clock games. And then at 9 o'clock, it's going to be Long Beach State taking on New Mexico State on ESPN3. Taking a quick look ahead, a rundown for Sunday. It's Ellen taking on Georgetown, Marquette in Georgia, Florida International and South Carolina, Radford and North Carolina, Canisius takes on Monmouth. Also for Sunday, Delaware State, SMU, Campbell and Citadel, Southeast Missouri State, Indiana, Florida State and George Washington, Jacksonville State and Samford, Limestone and East Tennessee State, Niagara, Iona, Eastern Illinois and Illinois, Chicago, Georgia State, Mississippi State, Alabama State and Troy, Copeland State, Clemson, North Carolina A&T takes on Notre Dame, Bowling Green takes on Cincinnati. And that, my friends, is the latest. Thank you for tuning in. This is Manny Allegretti, and this is College Sport Check Basketball. Have a good one.